Exquisite organisms in the sea. Mark Armitage brought this to our attention. Microgeometric design of diatoms, these little guys right here, jewels of the sea. What we can't see in that little vial are the design, beautifully jewel-like design features of these little diatoms. They're so small that how many would fit into the diameter of a single human hair? 4 of them. They're tiny. That just looks like chalk. But that is full of jewels. Every one has a unique shape. Some are spiral, but they're all perfectly symmetrical. Every one of them, even the triangular shapes. You find about 150 different shapes taken by one slide of a microscope. And they are colored. And they're alive. Now these are not alive. These are just the skeletons that held the living systems. Well, these jewels of the sea, with their exquisite design, are vitally important. The kingdom Protista, which comprises protozoa, algae, and slime molds, is manifested as the greatest complexity of cell structure known. The diatomaceous algae, these are the results of what was algae. Cytoarchitecture exhibits perhaps the most exquisite geometry seen in the natural world. Diatoms are truly microorganisms too small to be seen by the naked eye. Average diameter of 25 microns, 4 individuals, breadth of a human hair, but you knew that. And they're a part of the ecosystem, inhabiting fresh water. Now, watch. In terms of population numbers, diatoms, these little guys, these algae, are a huge component of the Earth's biota, making up about 90% of all living organisms in the ocean, and some of these polyplankton in fresh waters. They're responsible for the production of some 130 million tons of oceanic carbon per year. Just the carbon. That's when they come to this stage after they've died. They play a vital role in the Earth's ecology. But more than that, diatoms have been a marvel to microscopists. The view is one of astonishing beauty, perfect symmetry, top to bottom, side to side, left to right, front to back, in a plethora of geometric shapes, circles, squares, triangles, ovals, stars, and rectangles. Silica is the stuff of which opals are made, and they're the stuff of which this is made. The biogenetic opaline structure of diatoms tests indicate that millions of years would not necessarily be required for the formation of gemstones. These form opaline, so opaline is supposed to take millions of years to form, but these do it in a matter of weeks. Ho, ho, ho. So it looks like evolution is embarrassed again. I used to be an evolutionist, so I understand the import of that. Okay, this describes how they proliferate, how they grow in an amazing, let me just describe it informally. They have a box. You remember the little Russian dolls? You open the box, there's another doll inside, just a little smaller. Well, you take that out, open the top off, there's another one just a little smaller. Open that up, another one just a little smaller. Well, the Russians may have created those inadvertently before microscopes were invented, but with a microscope we see that God really did it first. So what we have here is a cap on these little algae, and inside they produce the offspring, and then the parent just goes away. Well, the next one, inside that one slightly smaller, produces offspring, and then the parent just floats off. And the next, and the next, and when they get so small, the sides are together, The genetic information is there. Start all over again, the next one being a big one. Now, wait a minute. Now, are you awake? 60% of the oxygen we get on the planet comes from these guys. Without these guys functioning, we wouldn't be here. And the kitty cats wouldn't be here. These guys are important. But the genetic information in the big one is passed on to the small one, and when they get so small, you can't have a dimension to have walls, the information says, start all over again. Well now, how do you evolve that kind of information? You can't. It has to be designed. It's like that little caterpillar. That little caterpillar goes through a cocoon and a chrysalis, and he dissolves, and then the information there produces a butterfly. How do you get all the information in the caterpillar, who's not a butterfly, to become a butterfly? Only created design can put it all together. I want you to know something. There is a creator. Amen. And he has demonstrated his power. So that from the butterfly to the little algae in a slimy mold, we're without excuse. There is a creator.